So, Greg Smith, how's it going with you these days?
Everything's going great. Staying busy and trying to stay warm here in northeast Pennsylvania with all the snow.
Oh,
How about you?
so you got the same problem as me. Lots of snow, just like in Nova Scotia.
Yeah. We're about to get about 10 inches right now.
Wow. Yeah, we're getting 25 centimeters tomorrow morning. That ain't too fun either.
No, definitely not.
In the rock and roll world, we don't like snow too much.
Definitely not. I'd much rather be in Hawaii or something.
So, what are you keeping up with projects these days?
Well, let's see. I'm doing Ted Nugent in the spring. He's got a few gigs in the spring, and then we have a summer tour. Aside from that, doing some. I just finished an album with Crystal Bowersox, who was on American Idol. That album came out actually just before Christmas, and it's doing pretty good. And I played with Tommy James and the Shondells. I was down in South America with Graham Bonnet, and just doing some session work and playing with some friends and staying busy until I go back out on the road again. Probably over the rainbow. We'll go to Europe, I think, in March. So I don't have the exact dates yet, but we'll be doing something over there.
It seems like you're keeping really busy, Greg.
Yeah.
Over the rainbow, what do you think of that?
So, we started that in 2008.
Okay, yeah, it's been going on smoothly, would you say now? Still going good?
Still going good, yes. We did some shows. When did we last do some shows? I think it was in the fall we did some shows. Everywhere we go, it's packed, and the crowd is just really, really into it. So, we're just going to keep doing it as long as the people are enjoying it. And we've been in the process of writing songs, and it's just been a matter of getting Joe to sing on it. Joe's been very busy doing other things, so it's just been a matter of getting him to sing on it.
Over the Rainbow come from different eras of Rainbow, and it gives a great treat for the audience to get to see that in live.
Yes. Now initially in the beginning we had Tony Carey, and unfortunately he got very sick. He's okay now, thank God, but he got very sick and he had to bow out. So we had pretty much from the 80s, the 90s, and the 70s. So with Tony Carey, but he's doing much better now, and that's good. I spoke to him recently.
So going back, for Ted Nugent this summer, you guys are going to be playing mostly North America.
Most likely North America. I don't have the exact tour dates, but most likely North America. Usually there's a couple of Canadian dates, usually in Ontario. But I don't have the dates yet. They don't tell me till the last minute.
2 days before you'll get the notice.
Yeah, pretty much something like that.
So Greg, for endorsements and equipment you've been using, throughout the years, what will you say you're using now compared to before, or is it the same mostly?
Well, I've been using Hartke amplifiers since 1992, and they've just come out with these high drive 1,000-watt heads, and LH1000 heads and high drive bottoms that just sound unbelievable. They can stand up to Ted's volume, which is no small feat. So they sound really great. I use, as far as basses, I'm using vintage Fenders. I don't really endorse any company, but it's just I have my main one right now is a 72 Fender Precision, and I just got hold of a 1966 jazz bass. I've got a 57 Precision, and so I sort of rotate them out.
Do you kind of use sometimes the newer models, or are you just in the vintage Fender bass guitars?
Well, I've got a couple of the a newer model for me is I've got one from '96, but it's a '57 reissue.
Okay.
It's American-made one. But I use that when if I'm touring. For instance, we went to Russia and Bulgaria, Albania, all these different places in Eastern Europe, and I just in case with all the traveling on airplanes, something got lost. That's when I brought the newer one because it's easier to replace.
And also, if you bring the old gear, the stress of the travel, wouldn't that harm the instrument so much?
Well, my 72 is definitely taking a beating since I first got it. I bought that in I think '94 on 48th Street, New York City, for about $400. It's probably worth about $4,000 now. But it's gotten some marks on it, and the finish is wearing off because I sweat on it every night, and so. But the 1966 Jazz I don't take out at all now because that's too valuable, and it's sat in a closet for 35 years, so it looks like it just rolled out of the factory.
Wow!
So I keep that one at home.
No, that's a valuable instrument you got. Good.
Yeah, that would be for recording and things like that. I wouldn't take that on the road.
Now, for recording, do you have your own studio as well?
Yeah, I've got some Pro Tools set up here. I don't have the capability of recording a whole band, but I've recorded my own bass tracks for other people's albums in my studio. I've got a small barn on my property that I turned into a studio. So I go out there and do some recording, and I turned it into a bar as well. So it's a place to have fun as well.
Would you say that from the 90s when you played with Alice Cooper on tours to compare to today, a lot of things changed on the road?
On the road, well, the buses have gotten nicer, that's for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, and I guess it depends. In America, things have changed quite a bit. There's fewer rock and roll fans, but I find in Europe and South America, and those places are still. They still have a lot of rock and roll fans. And then there's newer markets that have opened up now, like Eastern Europe and Russia, where they just go crazy for the music because they never thought, in the past, they never thought they'd be able to see their favorite band live, because of the political climate there. Now they're getting a chance to see their bands, and they're just their favorite bands, and they're just ecstatic. They're very happy, and they just they go crazy at the shows. So it's been a pleasure. I just wish that the fans in America would get back to that level again.
Could it be that the internet's changing that for the fans that you used to was like because we don't have that rock industry, it seems, the rise of iTunes and all that.
I don't know because they've got the internet over there as well. It could be though because it's so easy, instant gratification with the internet here. If somebody doesn't go to a show, at about 2 hours after the show's finished, they can go on YouTube and watch most of the show anyway. Somebody's already recorded it. So it could be. It could be that. It could be the economic problems. It could be just that. I don't know. People just don't. Enjoy the live music the way they used to. I can't really say what it is. I would just kind of hope it turns around. I think it will because there's games like Guitar Hero and Rock Band and things like that, which I think is introducing younger kids to good music. And I think when they get older, the young kids might want to see those bands live. So, of course, we'll be old men by then. Older men.
Older men, yes.
But hopefully we'll still be around playing.
So do you see a future in the industry? Is it all going to be online and stuff like that? Because record stores are dying down.
Yeah, the record companies are definitely on the way out. I don't know what the future is going to bring, but I think at some point in time it'll be all internet based. It's definitely still in transition, the business.
So for recording today, let's say, has it changed also? Because now you can exchange files online, and it's not like
Yes.
the old days that the whole band had to be in the studio.
Yeah, I miss that. I really miss that. Getting into the studio with the band and writing and recording and just everybody being in the same place. Unfortunately, with the record companies the way they are and the business the way it is, the labels aren't giving the budget for to make albums. So the only way to do it now is by everybody's individual home studio. And say, for instance, I've been sending files to somebody in Greece right now, for an album or for an artist in Greece.
Mm-hmm.
I've done it for guys in the UK and all over America. So that's the way people record now, unfortunately, because it's inexpensive. But I do miss the camaraderie of getting into a studio with all the guys in the band and actually. Maybe you have a few ideas, and then maybe you just start jamming and come up with even better ideas. So that doesn't happen anymore, unfortunately. Well, some bands it does, I guess. If you're, if the wealthier bands,
Yeah.
But just the bands like Over the Rainbow and that it just unfortunately we can't afford to do that.
Is there going to be a new Ted Nugent album in the near future?
I believe so. He mentioned something about it last tour. So I don't know when he's planning on doing that, but he did mention that he wants Mick, the drummer, and I to work on it. And he even mentioned that he may want me to sing lead on a couple of songs too, which is great.
That's very good.
Yeah. So we'll see. Maybe he'll be doing that before the summer or after the summer, or maybe while we're on the road. I don't know.
Maybe another live one, also.
Yeah, well, it'd be great. That would be great.
Well, Greg, thank you for taking this call, and hope everything goes great this summer.
Well, thank you very much, and I hope to see you out there on the road. Great. Thank you very much, and stay warm.
You too. You have a good night.
You too. Thank you.